I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. Say I be ballin' every night. Say I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin', I be hustling. Coming through, I don't be rushing them. Hit you in the head, I can cushion them. What you saying? Don't be touching them. I make it burn just like Usher them. I got the thing, no discussing it. I got the thing with the skinny clothes. Talk change, I'ma let it roll. Pull out on you, I'ma pull out on you. You walking slow, you like Mr. Magoo. You a phony, you a fake, you a fraud. All your diamonds be fugazi, all my diamonds in collage. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. Say I be ballin' every night. Say I do what I like. Whoa. Say I do what I like. I be rollin' right. I do everything I gotta do. Just in case you don't understand, I be going harder than you. That's why I got the cheddar cheese. That's why I live in Beverly Hills. I be chillin', man, and never leave. I be preaching like the better listen to me. If you think you going wrong, man, you snitching on me. If you try to do that, you might have to get back. I'ma tell them throw the lob on them, ballin' like the crowd. I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. Say I be ballin' every night. Say I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin', I be hustling. Coming through, I don't be rushing them. Hit you in the head, I can cushion them. What you saying? Don't be touching them. I make it burn just like Usher them. I got the thing, no discussing it. I got the thing with the skinny clothes. Talk change, I'ma let it roll. Pull out on you, I'ma pull out on you. You walking slow, you like Mr. Magoo. You a phony, you a fake, you a fraud. All your diamonds be fugazi, all my diamonds in collage. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. Say I be ballin' every night. Say I do what I like. Whoa. Say I do what I like. I be rollin' right. I do everything I gotta do. Just in case you don't understand, I be going harder than you. That's why I got the cheddar cheese. That's why I live in Beverly Hills. I be chillin', man, and never leave. I be preaching like the reverend. You better listen to me. If you think you going wrong, man, you snitching on me. If you try to do that, you might have to get back. I'ma tell them throw the lob on them, ballin' like the crowd. I be ballin' every day. About that mic and now I'm all up on my pay. I be ballin' every night. I do what I like. Whoa. I be ballin' every day. I got a check and now I'm all up on my pay. Say I be ballin' every night. Say I do what I like. Whoa.
Dirty work done without getting your miss. Dirty. Operate covert to avert controversy.
out, these rappers that got exposed. This rap game ain't about your street stripes and gold. This rap game ain't about your nice cars and clothes. You gotta follow proper procedure, learn the codes. You gotta know the game, know your X's and O's. They feeling the pressure now, ain't got no time to reload. It's easy, what you witnessing is dedication. Call me G-Dub, that way I be regulating. When you lose and they love you, when you win and they hate you, true envy and admiration.
What's going on, AMG? We are live. Broadcast number 18. I'm joined alongside my co-host here, Surfer Derp. Oh, that's supposed to slow down. We'll be live here in a second.
That's that pack, that's OG, that's that sack, 2 or 3 G's, that's that gas, never on E. Look at my neck,
I'm live already.
Look at my chick, they all on freeze. Look at my whips, look at my fits. They all 2 3s. It be different in the south. It be different in the south. Everybody got dreads in their head with their gold in their mouth.
Here we go, sir. Kansas City Chiefs taking on. Let me know how it looks and sounds in the chat, guys. Quick little audio check here. All right, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the 2-10 Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs defending AMG Season 3 Super Bowl champions. They're 9-3 here in AMG Season 4. This is going to be an exciting time to watch a playoff team like the Kansas City Chiefs prepare to do it again. It's hard to do back-to-backs, but I think this Kansas City Chiefs team has kind of been flying under the radar a little bit, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely got the AFC West, locked in. Right now we've got a game versus the AFC top and the AFC bottom. Las Vegas Raiders, their record of 2-10 obviously isn't the best, but they've showed a bit of promising things and that they kind of want to at least go down, scrapping a little bit, not just like some punks. So I don't know. I think it might be an interesting game, but if you look at the realism behind it as far as Tua's record of he's got like 22 interceptions to 15 touchdowns as opposed to Mahomes has like 9 interceptions to 19 touchdowns. The accuracies and the receiving core that they're throwing to obviously are it's going to be a Chiefs win, but I just think we might see a good game here.
Yeah, stream starting soon. Trying to get into the same lobby here. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs. Not much changes in KC. They kind of brought the team back, kind of like what Brady's doing with the NFL Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It seems to be the same formula here for the Kansas City Chiefs. If you got something good and it's cooking, keep it on the grill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, and Josh Jacobs, Patrick Mahomes. What else do you really need? Their defense could have used a little bit more. They got Chris Jones anchoring him down at the defensive tackle position, so he's going to eat up a lot of them runs that they're going to try to do with Nyheim Hines. But, or I don't know if they're going to be running with Robinson or Hines, whatever. But I know last game that we saw the Raiders play, I wish they put a little bit more Calhoun in the soup. You know what I'm saying? They weren't mixing up enough Calhoun in there. It was kind of a bland bisque,
Dude, I know you have the Serp cooking up emoji, but I didn't know you were really killing it with the bisque.
Yeah, it's a good game for football. I'm ready. This is my it's a 4-day weekend for most people. I got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. I'm down in the basement, got my shirt off, drinking a Truly. Let's go.
Where's your purse? You have to mention where your purse was.
Oh, my.
Got it. All right, we're waiting for this game to load. We'll take some questions from the chat. We can talk AMG playoffs coming up here in Week 14, where we're sitting currently Look at the schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs coming up. New York Jets, that's a big-time primer game for the playoffs. Minnesota Vikings, always a tough matchup with them, and then they finish with the Raiders, so they're going to get some positive momentum going into the playoffs. But I think the real challenge is going to be Week 15 action. Maybe we'll get that on some franchise-focused New York Jets. Kansas City Chiefs, Jets, that should be a primetime matchup there Week 15, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the Jets are going to win that one. I mean, I think it'll be a good game again, not a good game to watch, but I think the Jets are going to win that one. But it really doesn't matter, to tell you the truth, for Kansas City's playoff hopes. I mean, they're there. They're in. I don't see anything changing that. I mean, the only who's below them would be the Chargers. They're at 7-6 right now.
A dangerous team to play in the playoffs, the Los Angeles Chargers. A ton of talent across the ball. If they can stay healthy, across the board, offensively and defensively, if they can stay healthy, they're going to be a tough out for any team. I'm curious to wonder what happened with the Denver Broncos. I mean, this is a team that made a splash trade, brought in Lamar Jackson, and just hasn't lived up to the success that they had prior to Lamar Jackson. They were dominating this division.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because whenever I think of the AFC West, I mean, for quite some time, the Broncos would be at the forefront of my mind because they took it so many times. And you're right, they did. They just kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know if it was maybe a coaching thing. I mean, they got Lamar Jackson right. Phillip Lindsay, T. Higgins, Hamler, Boykin. I mean, it's not like they're lacking talent. I mean, I would say they had at least the amount of talent they did when they were running things. So, did the other team just do a lot better as far as, maybe, coaching scheme changes?
Oh, we talked about the Chiefs. They just kept it together, and they're finally starting to really click at a high level. I think the Denver Broncos were a team that was overachieving, but they believed it. I mean, we saw them back-to-back division champions. This is a team that can get it done and win those big games, but they felt like something was missing that didn't allow them to take that next step to the Super Bowl. And sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, right, sir? Sometimes you got to let it play out a little bit longer. They brought in Lamar Jackson, were very aggressive, got rid of some speed at the wide receiver position, got rid of their quarterback, and now Lamar Jackson just isn't delivering. It's just not the same system.
Yeah, right. He's just not delivering.
I think he doesn't fit in with the Denver Broncos offense, and the Denver Broncos offense doesn't allow him to be the quarterback he needs to be. You just don't see it on the ground as far as with the wheels and him running and escaping. It just hasn't been a good fit at all. Here we go.
Right,
first
they took
and 10.
him out of the element that made him work.
We'll start off. We're talking about up the middle. Nothing up the middle there, but they don't need it. As the Las Vegas Raiders, Nyheim Hines, we had them on the show not too long ago. This is AMG Live, broadcast number 18. I know it said 17 on the tweet. That was one of the corrections I didn't make when I copy and pasted it. Jamie in the chat says, can you play some country music? Yeah, 90s country? Yeah, I could, but I'm not.
I've got pretzel rock still going hard in my ears, so I don't know if that's a you thing or...
No, that's not me. Mine's paused. So here's what it is. You're on Twitch, and maybe you're behind.
Oh, it's me. I got mine on from my last stream.
Oh, sir, what a doozy. Tell us about your last stream there, man.
No, I'm good. I just didn't.
Hey,
I thought it was you. I did
biggest,
something wrong, or I was being hated on, or
this
like
was
I just
the
deserved pretzel in my ear.
self-promotion Serp has done so far. Just go ahead and say your channel. Late Nights with Serp. Shirt off.
Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out. Sun's down, guns out. The hand up the middle. Nyheim Hines got a lot of spaces. Close to the logo, 3 yards from midfield. 2 carries, 24 yards. And that's good to see. But you notice one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs they do so well throughout the game is they change their strategy. They're able to put a guy here, put a guy there, and they adjust and adapt throughout the game, unlike anything I've seen so far in the last 2 seasons. We talk about the New York Jets, and they're going to be our feature team here for Franchise Focus. We've seen them come into some issues when they lost to the Tennessee Titans, and then in the Super Bowl a couple times, you've seen them just not themselves, and they struggle making those adjustments during the game. And that's one thing the Kansas City Chiefs come in, and they're making adjustments on the fly, and it always seems to tighten up that defense as the game progresses.
Right, I think that's what we seen last game when the Raiders played too, is that the defense against them started to play the hard flat, started to shade underneath, and that's when it started to get bad for the Raiders, because they're a little one-dimensional, I think, with what they do, and a little harder for them to change up the offense than it is for the defense to change up their defense against.
All right, I think it just happened. Eddie Marr just took over the total gifted subs in a channel. from Spongy. 23, now he's at 24, so he's one ahead. Shout out to my man, Eddie Mars. Eddie wasn't ready, still isn't ready. After trading Ruggs, what do the Raiders have on the outside?
Well, they got Evan Calhoun and
it's
Auden
what
Tate.
do the Raiders have on the outside. It's not what does the Raiders have on the outside. Sorry.
Yeah,
Outside
Evan
of
Calhoun
Waller.
is
Read this
about
question.
it.
Let me tell you, what level of education do you think this guy Brad got? After trading Ruggs, comma, what does the Raiders have on the outside, comma, outside of Waller? So really what the question is saying, after trading Ruggs outside of Waller, you double commaed yourself. That eliminates that sentence from being needed. And it's absolutely needed. Fix yourself, Brad.
Yeah, you gotta get it together, buddy.
Don't be the comma king if you don't know how to use them. Don't abuse them. Eddie Mars in the chat, the big gifter says Brad is barely literate. Oh, man. Let's just say Brad is a strong illiterate. Pretentious illiterate. Nice pass to Waller there. I like to see him stay on the ground. Man, the whole field, you get man coverage. That should have been a touchdown. You got Waller coming across on this drag. Everybody else is kind of clearing on this side of the field. It's man coverage. There's nobody over here. 0 defenders. If Waller catches that ball in a stride with his speed, athleticism, and size, I don't think anybody's bringing him down, and he's going to walk into the end zone. But nonetheless, they're inside the red zone here. Well, right at the cusp, the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Defense.
Yeah, I think Waller is obviously.
Spongy's back ahead. 26 gifted subs. They're having a battle here. Iron 7 Thunder, Edie. Shout out to Spongy. He's back on top. Hey, and as my man Jay-Z said, Eddie, your reign on the top was shorter than leprechauns. Hand up the middle to 2-6. That's Claiborne's going to pick up 5 yards. So we've seen Naheem Hines. Now Claiborne inside the red zone. This is a 2 and 10 Las Vegas Raiders team that's trying to figure it out here, sir.
At the 15-yard line.
Yeah, like I was going to say earlier, I think Waller is their best. If they're not going to run it, which I think they should try to obviously establish that run, I mean, Waller is their best bet. They don't really have, I mean, it's, and in Tua's defense, they don't really have a big receiving core like Brad, the spell wizard, said earlier. I mean, the only thing they have is Calhoun and Tate on the outside, which aren't bad players, but they need another year or two to develop. I mean, they're not. They still need some time to, they're not superstars by any means, so they don't really have a big receiving core.
I think Eddie might be on the white juice again. He's up to 34 gifted total subs to the channel. Brad coming in, a 3rd place now at 22, Spongy at 26. Eddie's dedication to this channel deserves a moderator. Oh, man, you don't know Eddie. Eddie's dedication deserves to be monitored, because we're wondering where this energy's coming from. Am I right, my main man, Eddie? Certainly knows a little bit about that. 107% on the hype train here, level 5. Appreciate everybody checking us out right now. This is Week 14 action. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the reigning Super Bowl champions from AMG Season 3. That is the Kansas City Chiefs. You can put command season in the chat. If you're interested in joining AMG, go to daddyleagues.com/AMG. You can also follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming and at Watch AMG TV for upcoming live streams here on twitch.tv/All Madden Gaming CFM. And that was a nice little subtle jab. There's going to be a touchdown. Naheem Hines into the end zone. And just like that, the Las Vegas Raiders, in what we thought was going to be a festival of Kansas City. We were going to talk about them. It was going to be our own Festivus, if you Seinfeld watchers out there know. And this was going to be Kansas City Thursday. But the Las Vegas Raiders have different plans.
I like the Raiders' drive right there. I mean, they did it. They were methodical. I mean, they ran the ball well. They picked some good plays. They didn't take any goofy double team deep shots or any unnecessary long bombs or anything. And they worked their way down the field and got 7.
Yeah, you notice throughout that drive, it was a very aggressive attack of the weak box of the Kansas City Chiefs. They're putting 6. They're very wide. They're going to run up the middle. You get tight, you bunch them, and you're in man coverage. They're dragging you to the weak side to Waller. You just saw a lot of positive things that hopefully the Raiders can take into, well, the 5-year sim, because this is the last season of Madden 21 here for AMG in our inaugural Madden season as we came from NBL, Phase 2 AMG 2.0. And Madden 22 is going to be the full cycle, do about 7 to 9 seasons, usually 8 to 9 seasons in a cycle. This one only 4, obviously, since we 2.0 here in January. Dropping back, nice throw to the flat, quick throw to the flat, finds Travis Kelce, breaks his first tackle. He's tackled down by Trayvon Mullen, one of the higher drafted cornerbacks of his class. Big 6'3" corner that can get it done. That's a big tackle he makes on Travis Kelce because it looked like Kelce was looking to steamroll that secondary.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for the Raiders defense to stay with Hill and Hardman. I mean, they're going to have to put in some work today to hold the Chiefs to at least somewhat of a reasonable score.
Way to get the hands on it, and that's just man coverage. You look at what happened there, a man coverage. You get this little out route over here. It's a really a kind of a zig out about 5-10 yards down the field, and then you get another zig over here from Kelce. I thought he was going to look back, but Mahomes' eyes on this left side, he was going here, and that was an opportunity, maybe a missed opportunity for the Las Vegas Raiders to come away with a turnover on Patty Mahomes. Nice shot, holds onto the ball. Travis Kelce, one of the best in the business. No, he dropped it. I thought he held on to that, and they like to run these little flood concepts there. This one on the right side, you're going to see a lot of it. It's an elongated, kind of a deep corner. It doesn't have any sharp bends. It's a zone beater, and he kind of just, Mahomes will look this way and then just kind of wait it out, and he'll find a soft spot between this player and the corner that's going to be playing a little bit more underneath. So that was a pretty good throw, only where his receiver could get it. I thought Kelce came down with it.
Yeah, I thought he had that too. That was a pretty good throw against that coverage, and you would expect Kelce to hold on to it. I think one of the things that happens with a great team, especially one that just won the Super Bowl, going up against somebody that's in the bottom of their division, 2-9, is you get a little too overconfident. You start slinging stuff that you think you're going to make no matter what, then stuff starts happening in the negative area.
The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, able to get his first big play of the game. That's an 8-yard sack, and the Raiders, once again, you got Tua. You've been running the ball well. First down, you come out and try to get cute with the play action, and the Honey Badger ain't buying it. On the season, I want to put up these stats for you guys. Mecole Hardman, 765 yards. Tyreek Hill, 746 yards. Travis Kelce, 738 yards. There's Darren Waller deep down the field, and that's going to be a first down for the Las Vegas Raiders as Tua slinging it early here in AMG Live broadcast number 18. But talk about the balance. 765, 746, 738, and that's for Hardman, Hill, and Travis Kelce, respectively.
Yeah, that's the way to spread it around right there. That's hard to defend something like that when you've got, 33 1/3% of the yards going three different ways. That's tough to defend.
There's a handoff, and the defense adjusting already. That's going to be the first tackle for loss we've seen today. A 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11, but Tua, he dug himself out of a 2nd and 18 on his side of the field. Now 2 yards from midfield. Can the Las Vegas Raiders dig themselves out of the 2nd and 11?
Yeah, I think you call up a play that has something to do with Waller getting you, a big chunk of that yardage back. Even if not the first down, at least, 5-6 yards.
If anybody's in the game right now, I'd like to know third down completion percentage for both of these teams. Be interested to see. Nice low pass there by Tua. You got to hang on to that. If you're 86, so you're going to get 86. This was Calhoun, one of the big receivers we talked about. First overall pick. Just not getting it done right there. If it hits you in the hands, you got to come away with it if you're a big-time player, especially on that 2nd 11. It would have put them into a 3rd and 3, which allows them to play some balanced football. Right here, 3rd and 11, they're going to have to drive the ball down the field.
Yeah, 87 catch in traffic. I mean, you expect him to hold on to that. That wasn't even a very hard hit.
That was a nice pass. I like the low pass against the zone coverage, against that linebacker. You get a nice react from your receiver. He comes down. It seems like that's something this offense is starting to come along with, some chemistry finally seen from the previous time we saw the Raiders, in which the passing game was atrocious.
Yeah, if the Raiders can score here, I mean, it's going to get interesting.
There's a little screenplay playing it safe up the field. There's a nice run by Hines. He's past the midfield down to the 46, 6 for 8, 67 yards. 4th and 5, you're 2 and 10. You got to go for this if you're the Raiders, right?
I would. I mean, you're just barely out of field goal range. If you punt it, it's going to be a nonsense punt. So I guess they didn't hear us, but.
I mean, they're probably going to net 20. I'd like to see Tua in this offense, the way he's been slinging the ball. I'd like to see him go for it there.
Yeah, a little 5-yard something to Waller or something. I think they could have made it. I think they could have had it.
A 33-yard net from the 46 to the 13-yard line. That was a pretty good punt, Serp. So if you're playing the long game here, I just think 2 and 10. Let's get a little aggressive. We're on the bright lights here. We don't get mini games on AMG Live. If you're a Vegas fan, you got to be thinking, let my team show out here. Let's take an early lead and let's ride this wave.
Yeah, absolutely. You're 2 and 9. I mean, you're playing more for pride than anything. So throw the blitzes in there. I'd be sending everything at him.
Yeah, if you're interested in joining, put command join in the chat. I'll give you some information about, there's a deep pass. There's Tyreek Hill. Got a lot of speed, and that's why they pay him the big bucks. Number 10 into the end zone, finds pay dirt. And just like that, they call that FTF on their board. That's flipping the field. And that's exactly what the Kansas City Chiefs do better than anyone in the business. Easy peasy touchdown for KCZ.
Yeah, they got 85 speed John Johnson III on them. I mean, that's just not going to do it. They got to be smarter with their defensive matchups and the play calling they're using, because that was just the Chiefs are going to be looking for that all throughout this game. They're going to be looking
and that's
for
not
plays.
Johnson's fault. That's just it just so happened to be a bad play call, bad principles, and you look up and you see Tyreek Hill shoulder to shoulder with you, and now you're backpedaling. You know you're in trouble.
Right. Yeah, they put him they put Johnson in a position to fail. Right.
Flipping the field. Kansas City takes a punt from the 46, their own 46. They start their drive on their own 13. One play, and they find themselves 87 yards down the field, and Tyreek Hill probably could have won 1,000 yards. No one was catching him.
Absolutely. Still one of the most dangerous receivers in the league. That is faux show.
And in motion here, left to right. This could be Steeler halfback screen for Tua. There's a slant. It is. Left side finds his man. Number 19 is going to pick up the first down. Tua 7-9, 77 yards, and they're moving the chains once again. I like what I see. Equanimeous St. Brown, the former Green Bay Packer, making his presence known with his first catch of the day here, AMG Live broadcast, number 18. Eddie, do you think you could make that throw? That was about 60 in the air. Eddie's not impressed. He throws it over the top to the fastest receiver in AMG. Come on, Eddie. You throw your arm out trying to make that pass. And in motion there on the left side. Looking, got time, looking. Takes the shot over the top. I like the throw. Gets underneath it. That's Edwards, number 89. Tua, 8 for 10. That was good defense for the Kansas City Chiefs, but unable to make the play when the ball is in the vicinity. That's the difference between a deflection, a pick, and then the pickup of 20-plus yards here for the Oakland Raiders. You just got a man coming across here, and you're sitting right over top of it. The ball's thrown nice. I thought the defender's going to make a beat on the ball. He doesn't. Now you've got all position loss. You're sitting underneath the route, and now you're chasing, and the Las Vegas Raiders showing some talent here on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, nice threaded pass there, a nice catch and run. I really like that play.
All right, I think Eddie's back on the chalk powder here to the left side. I mean, he's saying, I could make that throw in my sleep on one foot with my left hand.
Oh, he's on that junk for sure.
Yeah, man. Eddie, go brush your teeth.
At the Chiefs' 33-yard line.
Shotgun formation. Darren Waller in the backfield, split next to Nyheim Hines. That's going to be a handoff for Hines. Really nowhere to go, but he does fall forward. And now you get yourself in that 3rd and 2. Got to get aggressive here if you're the Las Vegas Raiders. Sitting well below where you want to be. You're playing a division rival. This is an opportunity just kind of to shock the world here on AMG Live. Vegas Raiders 2-10. Kansas City Chiefs 9-3. This would be a nice morale booster for all those Las Vegas fans out there.
Absolutely, they need it. Yeah, they could use this W right here. They'd have something to talk about at least. They say, well, we didn't win the division. We were on the bottom, but we beat the division winners. You could always, the fans will be saying that forever.
Hey, they got to pay you royalties, though. You got to get royalties for that, sir. That is your saying. You've been saying it since the beginning. I will go to court and testify. That is a SERP saying, trademark, license. You're going to have to pay out. You put that on a T-shirt. SERP once beat a divisional foe in a preseason game 3 seasons ago when he finally won the championship. Serb wanted a piece of that trophy. Yeah, Eddie's definitely on that booger sugar. To the left side, Naheem Hines, there's another RPO, really nowhere to go, 3 minutes. I like the Raiders controlling the clock here on the road. The crowd pretty much non-existent so far in this game.
Yeah, they quieted it down pretty much in KC. I mean, I don't know. I mean, when they get the ball back, if they score again pretty quick, I think KC starts to realize that they have them outmatched personnel-wise, and they just and they start opening up on them. I think they're playing a little conservative right now still, the Chiefs are. I think if they let it loose, I think the game's kind of over.
If you see the red check mark next to your name, that means you've been verified. There's a dangerous pass, letting it loose right on the money. Looking for Naheem Hines out of that angle route. No, that's a dangerous return by Thornhill, excuse me. He's in the end zone. Maybe not sure where his feet are. Thinks he wants to run it out. Decides he doesn't, but he's already ran it out. Goes back into the end zone. Still at the 5-yard line, but that's just the one that got away for Tua. That seems to be the story that has plagued this Las Vegas Raiders throughout AMG Season 4. Also, shout out to my main man, Spongy. Gifted a total of 28 subs now. 2 more gifted to the channel.
Yeah, you're 7-7. You got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You're doing all right. I mean, you're in field goal range. There was no need for that pass. That was absolutely unnecessary, and they paid for it.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 6-yard line.
Oh, Eddie wants the old school sir. Man, where was he throwing that, man? You got it in you?
Yeah, didn't we have? Oh yeah, we used to have clips, right? Yeah.
I still got those clips, actually. I still got the clip of Porter racing. Oh, there's going to be a safety there. Hey, it works out there for the Vegas Raiders. Ooh, 51 puts 15 on his back. Wow, that's a big-time flip of the field. And I'll tell you what, Juan Thornhill, that is on you, the cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best at his position. Just made a little bit of a mental mistake there, sir. I know he sees 100 yards in front of him. He thinks, man, that's going to be a sweet return. Changes his mind, goes back in the end zone, runs back out, and ends up putting his team in a little bit of a hole, and now it costs him 2 points.
Yeah, he's getting screamed at over there. Somebody's yelling at him, and or they're joking on him for sure in the locker rooms after that. He's not going to live that one down for quite some time.
All right, let me see if I can find the. Let's see if I can find the.
Tunga Bailoa's pass complete to number 86. A gain of 16 yards. And a Raider first down.
Oops, that's not the right one. Let me see if I can find the clip of Sir. Excuse me, of.
Yeah, the Porter racing clip was hilarious.
I don't got it no more. Got rid of all the NBL stuff. That was stupid on my
history.
part.
Boy, that's a loss of
Sorry about that, guys.
Right there.
All right, here we go. Pass to Edwards as the Raiders going to get the ball back. Now, you didn't get a score on that last drive you had, trying to go up 14-7 or 10-7, but you get the safety, sir. You get the ball to start another drive. You're 3 yards past the logo already. Past the midfield point. Approaching the end of the logo here. What do you think? Get aggressive here if you're the Raiders, or did that bite you in the butt on that last drive?
Oh, yeah, no. Keep it cool. I mean, they got plenty of time left. They got 2 timeouts left. That's what got them in the... Oh, well, I got them 2 points anyway somehow. But, I mean, I wouldn't count on that again. You know what I'm saying? Just chill on the way down the field. And even if you kick a field goal, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Just get some points on the board before half.
Big-time play coming in. Buck 15 left. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are very impressed with the way the Raiders are playing right now. You're talking about a 2-10 team playing for nothing but pride. They've played good defensively. Outside of one big play they give up to Tyreek Hill, which is 87 yards. Bomb over the top. One play, one hitter quitter. Flip the field into pay dirt. But the Raiders have looked good. They've moved the ball effectively. A turnover from Tua resulted in a safety on the ensuing possession for the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Raiders, let's see if they can pick up this third down. I got the music playing. prime time action here. There's a throw to the flat. Nice little screenplay. Finds his man Peters. He's going to get down to the 36-yard line to a 13-17, a buck 48. He's driving, and that's the first catch for Peters on the game.
Yeah, that's what I like right there. Conservative, get some yards. You know, some of the more traditional kind of plays. Even though that was a screen, it was still kind of more of a standard screen, not really much motion or anything like that. Stick with that, and I mean, it got you 7 points pretty easily in the first drive. So and it's getting you another 7 here if you keep it up.
I think they're going to open themselves up to get a big play down the field. This is how the cornerbacks and the safeties in the secondary has to be looking at this offense. They want to be on the balls of their feet because they're going to start shooting that underneath, and that's going to give you a nice opportunity. Another fall forward for 3 yards for Nyheim Hines. He's doing a great job keeping his feet moving right there. He just had to blow up the play and change direction and still picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's at over 5 yards a carry. I mean, I like that. I mean, if you're going to fall down for 3, I'm handing you the ball, you know, at least 70% of the time.
Yeah, I don't know if Eddie's got much of an appetite right now, if you know what I mean. He's full.
I can hear the teeth grinding on the stream.
Eddie is he's just not hungry right now. But he'd love to tell you about it. Nowhere to go there. I mean, you've seen a lot of RPOs, a lot of jet sweeps, touch passes, right? This is what we're getting, and this is the Las Vegas Raiders trying to simplify things and trying to just get their quarterback some confidence. As you see, the one time they kind of let the short leash off of Tua, he drives the ball down the field and just throws it into coverage. Big 30
got to keep him reined in. Got to keep Tua going the way he's going. I mean, just keep with the plan that worked on the first drive and that's working right now. Just keep on
Don't
trucking.
be afraid to go underneath here. 36-yard line. Don't get too aggressive. They're just going to run it here. Probably take the field goal. I'm not mad at them. It's kind of been the MO for this team. A little conservative action here. Let's see if they can pick up this Blankenship. A 53-yard field goal. Does it have enough leg? It does, and that's going to be 3 points for the Raiders, 12-7. If I'd have told you the halftime score potentially was 12-7, Raiders on top, what would you have told me, sir?
Yeah, you're a lie. That's what I'd have said. I said, no way.
Patty Mahomes, 50 seconds left. It's taking him a lot less to drive the ball downfield, a lot longer of a field. Mentioning that touchdown earlier for 87 yards, finding Tyreek Hill just on a seam. You got to watch when you see Tyreek Hill line up in the slot, especially inside slot, when you got a slot receiver and then an outside receiver here, and he's on this inside slot and he's on a go. If he can get one-on-one with his safety, the minute that they're even or even 5 yards apart, Patty Mahomes is going to trust him. He's going to key in on him. Excuse me, easy for me to say, and he's going to drive the ball down the field. There's another deep pass. Got to get there. And that's picked off, intercepted. Trayvon Mullen, we talked about him earlier, the big cornerback, number 27, out of Clemson. That's just a nice toe-tapping grab against Tyreek Hill on a crossing route. Now, what do you think? 42 seconds left. As conservative as you've been, do you get a little aggressive here if you're the Raiders?
Oh, yeah. You open it wide up now. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you just make sure that every throw you throw is either really, really far or throw it away. Because, I mean, you want to arm punt it, essentially. If you're going to throw a pick by doing something weird, make sure it's as far down the field as you can get it.
The chat's saying Tua's going to throw it right back to him. Let's see. He's right over the top. That's just deflected. Nice hands there. Handsy play. Tua 14-19, buck 45. I like to say 14 completions, a buck 45. You're seeing about 10 yards, and that includes the run after the catch, right, Serp? So you haven't seen much down the field so far from the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now, you're in a situation where the defense is going to give you the underneath for the most part. They're not going to really care if you go underneath and stay in bounds. They're just trying to stop the deep over-the-top passes. Hopefully this doesn't get Tua in too much trouble. Watch Waller standing up there on the left side. Oh, nice little in dot on the right side to Edwards. Second catch of the day for him, too. A 15-20, buck 50, 7-second runoff, and they're going to hit the dirt with that one. One timeout left for the Vegas Raiders, and this would be quite the upset if they somehow hung on, but that might be the best pass I've seen to date from Tua in this Raiders uniform.
They got a really good chance of getting another 3 here and going up by 8 points. That would be big before the half.
If you got a red check mark next to your name, that means you're verified here on All Madden Gaming CFM on Twitch. There's a dangerous throw. Nice pass. Nice catch. Equinemius St. Brown, his second catch of the day, and that's just a trust throw.
There it is. Yeah, now they're going to go up by a touchdown and a 2-point.
Yeah, this wasn't a hard post. This was kind of a zone breaking deep down the field post, and right when he breaks right here, Tua's eyes are on this side of the field, and he sees the safety, the corner coming down, and he just drills it in there with everything he's got, and they're going to probably get another field goal out of this with 5 seconds left. Bueno, 15-7, 2 field goals, a safety, and a touchdown for the Las Vegas Raiders, and just like that, they're going to go into halftime, not up 12-7 like I said, sir, up 15-7, 8-point lead for the Raiders, or the Raiders.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see the second half now. I want to see how what kind of changes the Chiefs make.
Yeah, we talked about them being able to adapt, adjust throughout the game. The adjustments in game for this Kansas City team has been their bread and butter. That's what's taken them from being a perennial playoff team to a Super Bowl contender. But the Raiders are just staying with the ground and pound. And everything underneath, quick throws, and that has allowed these intermediate throws to kind of open up. And you saw 2 beautiful passes. I said that was the best pass I've seen on that deep dig. And then he followed up with a nice post against some drop coverage. Tua looking like he's heating up and kind of living up to the hype that he had coming out of college.
Yeah, I like the sync that the Tua and that receiver were on, where that receiver seen that safety and knew that he had to kind of cut that post, because it looked like it got cut a little early, like you said, kind of a weird post.
Like he brought it, like he threw it, he made the receiver come back to it, right? Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And that's just chemistry. Work on that in practice, and your receiver knows, hey, if you get soft coverage here on this zone right here, this is the guy I'm looking at. If you can tighten up that route and not push it so much up the field, we got a chance here. Nice legs there. And just when Patty Mahomes was looking like, oh, that's just bad open field tackling by Mullen. He's already got an INT, but Hardman, another big-time touchdown for KC. Flipping the field is easy peasy when you got all this speed. 1-7, put 6 on the board, and the Kansas City Chiefs probably going to go for 2 here. Big plays win these games for the Kansas City Chiefs. Right there, sir.
That's the thing, big plays. And the Raiders, I mean, if they make a mistake, Kansas City scoring. If Kansas City makes a mistake, maybe the Raiders get like a first down, or you know what I mean? So the Raiders have very little room on defense to make any mistakes. I mean, because the Chiefs can score in one play easily. They did it twice already.
Yeah, they sent a little bit of heat there, and you had a little weak zone coverage. You send a nice zone blitz, and Mahomes able to do what he does. He gets out of the pocket, and he just extends the play. There's a nice dot there to the right side, finding Travis Kelce, and it's going to be a 2-point conversion good, so you reign on the top. Lasted 11 seconds into the half. It's now 0-0 is basically brand new ball game. Here we go, Raiders, here we go.
Yeah, I understand the feeling that the Raiders just need to not let that get to them. I mean, I can understand how you're on top and you're playing the top of the division team and you're up by 8, you're feeling good, and all of a sudden they come back in one play and just destroy you. So just as long as the Raiders keep doing what they're doing, they don't let that get to them, I think they'll be okay to kind of come back on the board again.
Yeah, the Chiefs have done this twice. 2 big plays have put big points on the board. They haven't scored. They haven't had a drive where they got past the 50 and put points on the board. That seems to be what the Raiders have done every time. Dangerous throw. Tried to lead that drag upfield. Maybe a little too greedy there for Tua.
Intended for Brian Edwards. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was talking about. You can't let that happen. Don't let them shake you up now, and don't start to get all, we got to get this touchdown back just as fast. No, you don't. You got, you know what I mean? There's 11 minutes left in the game. Like, you're good. Just chill and do what you've been doing.
$15-15. And the difference in this game has been number 15 for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have not played well, but he's got a couple spectacular throws. Goes Tua looking. And it takes just too much time in a pocket. No pass rush whatsoever. And Tua's just sitting, and he's able to find 89 coming across the field. And that just seemed like one of the slowest developing. You get a little play action here. Get a man coming across and a man coming across. This takes, I don't know how long it takes him to get on this side of the field, but Tua's just sitting in the pocket comfortably. Little contain on the outside, so no real pass rush. These guys start standing up at the end thinking, all right, Tua, get rid of the ball because we're not sending any heat. We're just trying to keep you in the pocket.
Yeah, that's what it almost made me laugh when I was watching them, too. They were kind of jogging across the screen on those crossers, and he just waited till they got from one side all the way to the other until he threw it. That was too much time in the pocket, yeah.
There goes Tua taking off. Got to get down. Don't take the hit here. He does, but he holds onto the ball down to the 32. Man, I'll tell you what, Tua has a very Tim Tebow kind of feel tonight. I just feel like he's going to do enough to get it done for this team, and it's not going to be pretty, but he's going to make the throws when needed. And here's the INT pick six, right?
I'm with that.
If you're interested in joining AMG, hit command join in the chat. Follow us on Twitter. Oh, there's a big hit right on. 37 lays the lumber on Nyheim Hines, but he holds onto the ball.
To
Nyheim Hines.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
15 to 15. How we got here, Kansas City scored a 87-yard touchdown, and then they also had another bomb to Mecole Hardman. Went for 2 to Travis Kelce. That's their 15. The Vegas Raiders, they've taken a little bit of a scenic route here. Scored a touchdown early. 2 field goals and a safety. That's how they got to 15. So if you're just tuning in, it's definitely been a wild ride. And a 2nd and 2 tackle for loss. As KC finds himself in the backfield, and you don't see that happening too much with this Raiders team. But a couple times today already, it just seems like that divisional rival, you just know the play, you shoot the gap with some confidence, and you find yourself in the backfield able to make that tackle unblocked.
Yeah, it's almost like the Chiefs were in the huddle on that one. I mean, they shot that gap instantly.
Nemo, you're silly. 15 to 15 is such a whack score. Now we're going to have to hear T-Jax talk about 15 to 15 and how that score means something to him that he just doesn't really like. Oh, hard flatting there on the right side. Watch the right side. You got a hard flat. It could be an INT. There it is. Picked off. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Davis Ward trying to get there. Nyheim Hines is going to catch him. Yeah, he's down to the 34, and that was the INT. I said hard flat on the right side. It was just too easy. You've given up so much of this and so much of this all game. You finally decide to get down, press, and then stay on this hard flat. They put a tight end on a little bit of an out, walks right to you, you jump it, and you're off to the races.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, a couple of quarters ago when I used my Nostradamusness. I mean, that's what I said. That's what happened to the Chiefs or to the Raiders last time. Is that the other teams? Hold
on. Nostradamusness. You know, if Brad spelled that, there'd probably be like 7 commas in there, right?
Well, you got to put a apostrophe or one of those like little German.
No, he's putting commas. He's like, yo, that's a lot of letters. Let me comma there. And let me throw one right here. But anyways, your predictions as you're trying to undermine my phenomenal prediction right there on that last play.
Yeah, I'm trying to trash on you. I'm
I got you.
Way up
so what did you predict once?
That's what the other team was going to do. They were going to start the hard flat and cover underneath versus the Raiders eventually.
No, but I called it on the play that it happened. You called it at the beginning of the game. Yeah, that's a blanket statement. You're right, obviously.
Blanket statement?
Yeah.
I don't even have a blanket down here. I don't even have a shirt on.
Alrighty then. We're going to have to get some cams on here because I think Serb's kids are like, yo, you got to get on webcam, man, so you can just throw a shirt on for the day. The drag underneath to a lot of speed. Mecole Hardman pulls away. 5 into the end zone. Untouched. Touchdown, Kansas City. And just when you thought there was a chance, the reigning Super Bowl champions flip the switch, turn it on, make some plays, and now they find themselves up 22-15.
Yeah, ooh, man, I hate to say it, but I think it's going to get real ugly from here on out. Now Tua starts pressing, they start throwing it, trying to throw it deep and posts and corner routes, and it's just there's
wait. You're telling me it's going to get Brad-faced. We're about to get a Brad-faced performance on the offensive side of the ball for the Las Vegas Raiders on this drive. Is that what you're saying?
I think that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm alluding to that.
I love it. Gonna do my Vince McMahon impression there. Lots of time left. Jamie says, yeah, that's why it's gonna get real ugly. It's too much time. Are you not picking up what Serp's laying down? Serp's saying there's a lot of time left in a, not an opportunistic way for the Las Vegas Raiders, in a detrimental way. Too much time left. The wheels are off. Let's see if they get a run here. Look at this.
Dig it.
7 in the box. You got 3 linemen right there. Gotta wonder what they're thinking here. They're gonna run right into that. Nope, they throw it there to the right side. Nice pass, Calhoun. Top pick, 86. First catch of the day. How disappointed has he been as a wide receiver here in AMG?
Just insanely, ridiculously underperforming. I mean, for what?
Insanely,
he was like
ridiculously, and these are negative connotations you're going to continue to.
These are all negative.
Okay, so though insanely negative. And ridiculously as a negative. Gotcha.
Well, right. First, I mean, he's got 381 yards and 3 touchdowns. All right, and was he #1 pick?
Yeah. What college did he go to?
Texas.
Well, there you go.
381 yards, and we're almost through this whole entire season and 3 touchdowns, and he's the wide receiver 1. So
nice swat there, 2nd and 5. I think he had a man coming across the middle. Why try to test the honey badger? He's been everywhere. Coverage, in the backfield, at the line of scrimmage. He had this little dig coming across. I thought he had a step. And Tua gets outside the pocket here nicely. I think he's going here, but instead he's looking at this seam where Tyrann Mathieu, I understand you got a little bit of a size advantage, but it's just unexplainable the things and the presence that the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu has on this team and on the field, and 2 opposing quarterbacks as well. You got to study film on this guy. You want to stay away from him at all costs, as he's in the slot there on the right side as well. There's a nice pass on 35. He picks it up underneath. But as you said, as the field shrinks as they drive down the field, that's when you're going to start getting these hard flats.
Shrinkins.
Yeah, I know this guy named Bradley Shrinkins. Well, that's what his girl named him. He claimed he just got out of the water. That's another Seinfeld reference. Whatever. Hit the horn.
Shrinks?
Draco defense going in. Yeah, it hasn't been a good performance, but they did have a nice turnover on the last drive. Once again, giving up a lot of yards here on the ground. First down, Nyheim Hines, 11 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown. Former Cleveland Brown.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
You know, Raiders are still in this game, and if they want to get aggressive, they haven't done it. We've seen punts, we've seen field goals at times where we thought, hey, you're sitting at 2-10. This is a 9-3 Super Bowl champion team. Do you ever get any type of aggressive in the season? And if you do, this will be about the time, even for the most conservative of play callers. But the Raiders haven't done it. But if they do get into the end zone late, we all would like to see that 2-point conversion and steal the game. Watch Equanimeous St. Brown on the right side. He was pressed up. Oh, that was going to be a halfback pass. They're trying to get cute there. Wow. Completely blown up by Bilal. Was Hines about to pass that ball?
It looked like it to me. It looked like he was ready to fire that to that wide receiver that was crossing across the field, probably about 25 yards down.
And he didn't even
check.
So
not only was he trying to pass it, he was trying to gun it.
He was trying to throw that to that receiver to avoid any kind of contact. I doubt he even had a chance to really look at the defense he was going to be thrown into, because it looked like it was pretty blanket coverage there deep down the field. When in doubt, out route finds his man. That's going to be caught on the outside, and Calhoun, biggest catch of his career, at least on AMG Live. Broadcast number 18. If you're interested in joining AMG, follow us on Twitter at AllMaddenGaming, at WatchAMGTV. You can also follow us on Daddy Leagues, daddyleagues.com/AMG. See all the transactions, trades, and rosters for these teams showing up here on AMG Live.
I think the Raiders got to be careful about getting some tunnel vision or some walleye vision, whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're looking at they're supposing where they're going to throw the ball, and they're going with that receiver no matter what it almost looks like.
Yeah, they're definitely predetermining their reads pre-snap. Or as Serpa say, instead of predetermining, Serpa says presupposing. Love it. Left side dot. Hey, that's not underneath there, Serp. And that's Calhoun once again. 86 past the sticks, first down. He's becoming Mr. Move the Chains here late in the game.
Yeah, he's finding the gap in between. I mean, they're playing flat with the cornerbacks on the outside, and so all he's got is that cornerback playing really low on that safety, and he finds a nice little soft spot in between the two on the outside and puts it in there. So I like that read, and I like the vision that I think went into that.
Cornerbacks on the balls of their feet right here, and you're able just to drive down the field and just get right behind these corners that are playing a little bit of a hard flat on the sidelines, and that seems to be the focal point here for Tua. And as we talked about earlier, going underneath so much, sir, it's going to allow the defense to get in a situation they want to be in and then take that away from you. What are you going to do? We saw an interception earlier from Tua, but it also seems like now Tua's using that against them. He's played one way, and now he's looking to drive the ball down the field. It's just a 7-point game, and Kansas City has to respect the underneath, and that's costing them some yards in the air.
Yeah, I didn't see that from the Raiders the last game that they played. I didn't see I seen the defense changed against them, but they just kind of stayed the same, and that's what ended up costing them a lot. And now I like to see that, yeah, they are in fact making some adjustments themselves to counter the adjustments made by Kansas City. So good for them.
The play action looking. Oh, that's the guy you want. Oh, you got to break. We talked about the throw on the right side to Equinemius St. Brown on the post, in which he didn't round the post as much as the route was. He came back to the ball, and that's what we needed to see right there from 89. It just didn't happen. That was a very similar type of play. You got a soft coverage safety that's dropping back, and he's giving you a 10-yard cushion. You have to bring that ball down and make the receiver come back to the ball to keep your space down the field. Is right there. The ball just hung in the air too long, and they're able to make a play. 3rd and 13. Here we go. Dangerous pass, INT.
Oof.
Tua gonna Tua. Kansas City Chiefs. Neal with an INT. That's very fitting.
Well, I guess it ain't over, but I mean, it's, if you're playing hangman, you got the O, the V, and the E already, and, you still got R, S, T, L, N, E.
No, you already got the R, just the pencil broke. You're going to the kitchen. You're coming back.
Yeah.
The R's inevitable at this point.
Right.
Sir, I need to know, can they repeat? Can the Kansas City Chiefs, can they get it done? Can they do it again in the playoffs? They shocked the world in AMG Season 3. No one really had Chiefs on the radar, and I feel like the same thing is happening in this season. You just don't hear much talk about this Kansas City Chiefs team. They're just a well-oiled machine. They're going to win 11, 12, 13, 14 games. They're going to go into the playoffs. They're going to handle their business, but their defense is going to make plays for them when other teams struggle to make these adjustments throughout the game. They make them with confidence, and you haven't seen it really bite them in the butt because you haven't seen an offense adjust to the adjustments that the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs has been doing throughout their entire playoff run and season run now as they're trying to defend their championship here in AMG Season 4.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Chiefs. I don't see anything wrong with them. I think they're a good squad, but I really think that we're going to go back to kind of the norm of either the Jets, the Ravens, or maybe even the Browns taking the AFC.
Nice pass over the middle. 88, the great. Sims able to make a nice play, and that's just a dot from Mahomes. He just steps into it, rips it, finds his man right between the numbers.
Hey, the truth, I'd like to see the Browns in the Super Bowl. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be
really? Well, you should come check my toilet out at the end of this stream. The Browns will be in the Super Bowl.
We'll get another one of these drinks, maybe. We'll see what's up.
What's that?
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no.
Oh, yeah. Maybe a maybe. Up the middle, Josh Jacobs. Down to the 15, down to the 10, 12-yard line. 4 carries, 38 yards. He's had a quiet game. And he's definitely a weapon that can give you 100 yards in any playoff game.
Yeah, have the Chiefs even ran the ball until now? I mean, I don't think I remember them running the ball not once until this play.
Well, it's been 3 times before, so your age is showing here, sir.
Oh, well. It's my birthday in a week and a half, so, you know what I'm saying?
Really? Touchdown, Josh Jacobs. That's a holding that's going to come back. So your birthday's in a week and a half?
The 19th.
All right. So 50 years ago when you had your 30th birthday. What were you doing?
Nah, not even close, bro. I'm a spring chicken.
Oh, yeah? Is that what you tell him?
That's exactly what I tell him. That's what I'm telling him right now.
And down goes Patty Mahomes there. 54 gets to him. Maybe a little too late. I don't know. 2nd and 26. Somehow this Kansas City Chiefs team digs themselves a little bit of a hole here. You get a holding call on 1st down, which would have been a touchdown for Josh Jacobs. You bring you back 10 yards, and now you're sitting at 2nd and 26. You get conservative with Patty Mahomes, or you just keep driving that ball and keep slinging it.
You know, I'm happy with the field goal. I mean, the way that Tua's pressing and the way that the Raiders are just kind of throwing the ball back to here and there, I think that's going to continue. I think you get the field goal and you pretty much wrap it up, going up by 2 scores.
It's Tyreek Hill on that right side, blocking out in front. Got a lot of space, turns the corner, got a lot of space, stays on his feet. Now, if you're a linebacker, 57, you got to have some pride. You got the sideline to your advantage. You have Tyreek Hill boxed in. He doesn't even cut back in. He runs straight through your arm tackles. As a linebacker, you just cannot allow Tyreek Hill to break a tackle of yours, especially when he's not cutting against you to open field. Now, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah, that's another thing that's going to be talked about, maybe laughed at in the locker room, how Tyreek just kind of trucked over that linebacker.
Still didn't pick up the 1st down as they were 2nd and 26 from the 28. So they need to get to the 2-yard line. They're going to kick a field goal here to go up 10. Kick is up, Bueno.
But that leaves it open a little bit for the Raiders. I mean, there's a door that's kind of, like one of the kids are kind of peeking in the room in the middle of the night, and it's like they know it's their bedtime, so they only open the door up a little bit. Like that's.
But you
that's
think it's a kid.
Open.
It's Tyreek Hill, and he's telling you game over. You think it's a kid. You think it's a kid saying, "Hey, we got a chance here. Come on, Vegas Raiders. We can do this." But the kid is Tyreek Hill. Basically, when you get closer, you realize, and he's like, "You got no chance, man. I'll just go 87 over the top again."
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
It was a good game.
Calhoun.
Yeah, I'd like to see something from him. Texas, UT, Longhorn, 1st overall selection. They got rid of Ruggs. They brought in Calhoun. It just hasn't worked out. And this division has so much going on. I could talk about so many things that have not looked good on paper, but just hasn't really developed to anything credible on the field. And 86 has been one of the mind-boggling things as well with Denver with the Lamar Jackson thing.
Yeah, really disappointing season for Calhoun for sure. Nice catch there, nice play, but I mean disappointing season altogether.
And in motion there on the left side, empty backfield here for Tua. Clock is a ticking. Got to get on your high horse here. Underneath, that's going to be picked off. Inside coverage, underneath play. Snead knows what's going on. You talk about one of the best cover corners in the league. They're just a plethora of defensive superstars for the Kansas City Chiefs. Just as top-heavy as they are offensively, they're top-heavy on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the secondary. And right there, Tua, he just gets caught looking at 89. Edwards has been one of his favorite targets on 2nd, 3rd downs. Goes in the cookie jar one too many times.
Yeah, that kind of did it, and I mean that's what I was saying when the Chiefs just take that field goal and the Raiders are going to throw it right back to. They just pressed too much for only being down by that, 10 points with 3 minutes left still in the 4th and all their timeouts. They were still okay.
Josh Jacobs getting some carries. Josh Jacobs had
the ball carrier.
a couple of injury issues this season. Kind of been banged up a little bit. Interesting to see if they take him out here for these last couple carries here, up 10 points. I'm kind of surprised they even let him take that possession. You just know the Raiders are coming down and they're just playing the run here. Jacobs still in the backfield here. I formation, 2 tight ends set to the right side, 2 wide receivers. Handoff, looking to the right, trying to power it. Jacobs stays on his feet. They're trying to strip that ball away.
Josh Jacobs, the ball carrier, taken down at the 41.
Carl Joseph unable to make that,
Gain of 4.
Littleton unable to make that
3rd
strip,
and
but he does get the
4.
tackle after a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, he definitely gets an A for effort on that strip. I mean, he must have punched that ball at least 4 or 5 times before he finally took him down.
Hey, did you watch the NBA yesterday? Did you see the shove from Patrick Beverly?
You mean against Paul,
Chris Paul.
three-pointer dude? Yeah.
3-pointer, dude.
Well, he made a three. That's why he pushed him.
What do you think about the push?
That's good for a Kansas
Yeah,
City
sometimes you got to push people, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Sometimes the best push comes unexpectedly.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Brad,
I'm not really a big NBA guy, so I just bet on it.
sounds cool. Sounds like a winning strategy. I don't watch it. I
Yeah.
bet on it,
Right.
and I write off my losses.
Yeah, it's a really good time.
Dog to the moon. And up to the right side. Josh Jacobs still in the game. Taking carries here, 1st and 10. Turns into about a 2nd and 7. 8 carries, 47 yards for Jacobs.
Down at the 22-yard
Tackled there by
line.
Burke. This was a nice game. Las Vegas Raiders really
Brings up
have,
2nd and 7.
there's something changing, right? You're seeing more chemistry, more confidence. You're seeing a team that is making adjustments from the last time we saw them. This isn't the same team, sir. But I'm really impressed by the Raiders. Stop, Jamie. Deep comeback there. That's picked off. This could be a pick 6. 2nd interception of the day for Trayvon Mullen. Hey, we might get 2 out there to get aggressive once again. It'd be nice to see him put together a 2-minute drive and get into the end zone, or at least put a field goal on the board.
At their own 30.
Right, or maybe get at least one more pick. I mean, to add to the record before the game ends.
Yeah, we all know that, sir. I was just trying to leave it optimistically open, but we all know. Tua's not looking good under pressure, and now he has to drive the ball down the field against a talented defensive secondary that knows he's got to drive the ball down the field. This is just not a good situation for any quarterback. No quarterback really wants to be in this situation. But nonetheless, Tua's on his back.
Yeah, he didn't have
Chris
much
Jones.
there. The Chiefs had them pretty locked up. So, I mean, I guess that was his best bet, just to lay it on down.
Don't forget the New York Jets Franchise Focus episode 2 of this season. It's going to be episode 8 of the entire cycle. We're going to be following some New York Jets football here coming up in the next couple days. So make sure you stay tuned here to twitch.tv/All Madden Gaming CFL.
Tonga Vailoa's pass to the sideline and incomplete.
Trayvon Mullins has had a successful game. Yeah, Flair, absolutely. Good size, corner, 6'2", I believe, 6'3". Lean, he can make tackles in the open field. He's got a nice nose for the ball. And we saw today, he made a couple interceptions there on Patty Mahomes. You know, I got this thing I want to say about Patrick Mahomes before our AMG Season 4 Madden 21 wraps up, and I've just been waiting to do it. He just hasn't had a bad game. I want to just, in the heat of the moment, Serp, I want to say Patty Mahomes looking more like Patty Mills. There's another INT from Tua. I hate to say I told you so, Serp, but you told us so. Serp Stradamus strikes again.
Yeah, it's a gift, you know. I mean, I try not to show it off. I try to be as humble as possible, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
I mean, it wasn't the boldest prediction. I wouldn't even call it a prediction. I don't even think he had odds on that. I think it's $110 to win 100.
Yeah, the line was pretty well on my side.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
All right, here we go. 25-15. That's going to do it. The Kansas City Chiefs going to improve to 10-3, as the Las Vegas Raiders going to fall to 2-11. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming, at WatchAMGTV. Also, dadleagues.com/AMG. If you want to join, put command join in the chat. There's a link. Command rules as well. If you want some information about the league, you can also put command season and command AMG. If you liked what you saw, please give us a follow, subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on All Madden Gaming TV.
Ori, the beat dealer.
I'm in the tip posted right now with handgun, yeah, Glocks, fuck nigga know not to play with me. I keep them busy, stay with me. Call up trap baby, we shoot up street. Call up just do it, ready to eat. I don't give a fuck with it, somebody. Fuck on that bitch with my cock out. I got the Glock, make a rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma pop out. Nigga keep talk crazy, get them knocked out. Shit with my bitch, hell, now these hoe burnt out. Can't fuck that hoe no more shit with the gang now. Only young nigga turn up, brain
outside. These niggas broke like a last guy. No, these niggas broke like some pro leg. I fuck on that bitch, she was bow leg. Make her eat a dick up, yo, with no hand. She a freak, yeah, I made her for my mans. If he did it, then I know that I can. I don't give a fuck, nigga, got me playing. Hurt when you see me, fuck nigga, gon' slap me, young nigga, you ain't gon' do shit to me. I'm in